Yo, what's up? Today we're watching a very spicy sounding video, the title of which I wholeheartedly agree with. Don't mind the fact that I've watched one of my videos. You know how it'd be, small channel moment. No, but actually, okay, look at this. Pinley, he just makes general videos about random shit, little video essays. And so I think that means what he says has a level of validity as a video essayer himself. And the reason I agree with the fact that SunnyV2 ruined video essays is that he mass produces them, and in general, what they are is just either rage baiting to like make people angry about an opinion that someone fell off or something, or is just straight up wrong. It's like he'll give us stats. He'll be like, "Oh, this channel, look at these numbers. He's getting 10. He used to get 10 million views a year. Now he gets 1 million views a year. What happened?" Guess what? He's not uploading. What do you mean what happened? He didn't fall off. He's not making videos. How is that falling off? That's called he stopped making SunnyV2 makes me angry. Not all of his content. I think he has a lot of great points in his videos as well, but in general, I disagree with the general statement that his channel makes in a lot of his videos, and is the fell off or what happened to X person. I think those videos are stupid. They're fun to watch, don't get me wrong, but I do not think they're good. They're good as content, but they're not good as actual essays.
We all love feeling smart, or
For sure.
sapient, as I like to call it. But what if I told you that there are people out there who get off of that very feeling as a living, who just talk and talk and talk for hours on end?
Well, no, I wouldn't say, okay, I don't know if he's going to say that SunnyV2 is that person, but what I do want to say is that SunnyV2 is doing this as a clear content farm. The way he makes these videos makes it feel like it's a complete corporate thing. It's like he's kind of doing like what MrBeast is doing. MrBeast wants to make a ton of content, and it's great that he's doing it, but it's not personal content. It's a content farm. Let's be honest. The reason MrBeast videos get as many views as they do is because he turned it into a business and optimized the shit out of it.
Like a bunch of assholes, and make money off of it.
Yep.
I'm obviously talking about video essay channels, the
Not all of them.
backbone of society. Video essays are really big on
I mean, this guy makes video essays himself. Obviously, not all of them.
YouTube at the moment, and have...
I mean, hey, if I didn't like sounding smart myself, I wouldn't have a reaction channel where I intentionally pause a lot to speak a lot to make it seem like I'm adding something to the video I'm watching.
Been for a while. At this point, for whatever topic or niche you might be interested in, there's probably some guy on the internet that has made a way too long video about it. You want to see a video the length of 3 feature films on Nick Ocado Avocado? Well, The Right Opinion has got you covered. Do you want to see a 2.5 hour long video on The Vampire Diaries? Well,
and it's interesting to write as well. Writing about educational stuff that someone might not know about is interesting, because that means you did the research, you learned stuff, and you're presenting information in a digestible way.
Jenny Nicholson made the video right for you. Do you want to see a really good and...
Now, how you frame the information changes what people interpret it to be, and that is where my problem with SunnyV2 comes in.
Intelligent and good award...
Not to say I have a problem with him as a person, naturally. I don't do that shit. That's drama. That's art. That's pointless. I think I have a problem specifically with how he presents his content.
Analysis on the MrBeastification of YouTube. It's a genre on YouTube that I personally
That's the one
adore,
video I watched from this guy.
Because of
by the
how
way, just so you know.
wide the range of what a video essay can really be, it's been really fun to see the various ways that people manage to insert their own personality in whatever analysis they really want to make. These people spending sometimes
if not for the personality
on
or
end
the unique factor of the way you present your video essay, why would people stick around? Why wouldn't they watch someone else's essay on the exact same topic?
Researching the most obscure but interesting topics out there. It's super fun and interesting, and
to both make and watch.
My enjoyment of this. Since these videos cover a pretty wide range of topics, their viral potential is absolutely huge.
This is a lot of video essays are about stuff you just wouldn't know about, and it's fun to learn about. Even though this information will never come in handy in real life, it is just something you will have never known unless you watch the video essay. And so I do not think they're bad as a concept.
With videos sometimes getting millions and millions of views, so
usually, in fact, they're really popular.
Can really pay off sometimes.
Solar Sands, for example. I used to watch Solar Sands all the fucking time.
the success of the more higher quality video essay channels, we've also seen something else, and that is the rise of the mass-produced, almost fast food chain-like
yes,
video
exactly.
essay channels.
That is exactly how I feel about SunnyV2's videos.
With a twinge of corporate feeling.
Bro, pre-watched, actually pre-watched, holy shit.
Channels who've realized how easy it can really be to capitalize off of the success of this genre, and fully went for it, posting videos left and right like it's nobody's.
And they're so edited as well, but with the frequency that he uploads them with. You make a video essay a week, right? Let me check. Is it every week or every 2 weeks? SunnyV2. Every week, every single week. How much research can you do in a week? It's limited, and it's edited by a person that's clearly not you, because you'll be too busy doing the research, and like you have to make those thumbnails, the art style. You probably hire an artist to make those. There's just a lot of work that goes into making a video, and the fact that he pumps them out so quickly means that there's some shortcuts he's taken, and in this case it could be the actual points that he makes or the delivery. Something has to be formulaic about it for it to be possible to make them that frequently.
Just with the quantity of these videos, there's actually some pretty decent video essay channels that post regularly but do more short videos that are very good. The channels that I'm talking about make their video but do more short videos.
This dude rocks. Okay, cool, good to know.
That are very good. The channels that I'm talking about make their videos in a factory, essentially. Sometimes they're even run by corporations. They make the video like on an assembly line. They'll have one guy coming up with their ideas and topics. Have another.
That is pretty much what I just what he's talking about right now is pretty much what I explained, but put in better words, because of course, why would my point be made better than the fucking video essay? Why do you bother adding commentary to these videos? I should just watch them silently and be an actual reaction video where I go, whoa, that's crazy. You know, be like my thumbnails.
Read out that script, and then another person to edit the whole thing, and
then someone to draw the art for the thumbnail that always looks identical.
And even maybe too smooth of a way, and then someone to make a thumbnail with the most horrible and repulsive piece of art you've ever seen in your entire life. And in a lot of these cases, there's probably not a lot happening here that is, I guess, morally wrong per se. It is just depressing. But I think it's fascinating to look into the eyes of this beast, this machine. Does creating video essays in that way, where you need to come up with groundbreaking, attention-grabbing takes on an almost daily basis, cause some sort of problem?
Yes. That is the creativity of your content. Like, I mean, how, like, the amount of work that goes into making a SunnyV2 video is a lot. How much how much space is there for creativity within that?
Or am I just a dumb little whiny baby? And
that as well. No, just kidding.
Today's 5-hour-long video essay, we're gonna figure out exactly. This video is brought to you by my Patreon. If you want to support what I.
Alright, this is a new video. Let's watch the sponsor. Oh, wait, Patreon. It's not even sponsored. Regardless, let's hear it.
You'll get an extra video.
This Patreon is in the description, guys.
And a Discord. I have a Discord where I talk to people. It's just a nice way to.
Well, no, in my description, it's a link to his video.
You know, support what's going on here if you feel inclined to do so. So yeah. How about you?
No, while he's doing his plugs, how about we plug as well? Do the YouTube thing. Come on. Part
of the reason as to why this genre is as big as it is because of how broad the definition of what a video essay is can really be.
I mean, what is a video essay? It's a video that teaches you stuff. Like, it's that's broad as fuck. That can be anything. Would my reaction videos be considered video essays? Because we're kind of learning about something on the fly, but at the same time, I'm pausing and talking about shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how broadly can you define it? But I think, really, the reason a video like mine wouldn't be categorized is because of a style. Video essays have a very, very particular style, and there are channels that go and like, what do you call that? Not revolutionize necessarily, but go with a unique style for their video essays. But you will still be able to tell just by watching it that, yes, I am clearly watching an educational piece of content or media, whatever. Whereas with mine, You're kind of just watching a guy watch things, and sometimes I might have a nice, decently smart point to say, and sometimes I might be stupid and completely wrong. And we learn together.
Essayist. You don't need a college degree. You don't need to have like a job in the field that you're talking about in advance. You can just be some sort of like idiot, you know?
Yeah, mildly informed on a topic and feel smart enough to decide to talk about it for 5 hours, whether your opinion is 100% right or kind of not really.
Some kind of dumbass.
I mean, they're called opinions for a reason, right? They're not objective, but what determines how popular a video essay becomes isn't necessarily how factually correct it is, it's how entertaining it is to watch.
Yes. A video essayist can
Because that's how all of YouTube
just
works.
be some person with a take, and potentially a good and profound one. Video
Or potentially shit.
essays can be long, they can be short, they can be about media, politics. A Pickle Rick is a video essay, essentially any video that talks about like a subject with a script made in advance. Well, after doing a lot of thinking, I came to the realization that a lot of what defines these videos, besides all being, you know, a piece of content that talks about and analyzes.
Smart of him to move around different scenery, by the way, because every time he's in a new position in a new scene, and even the jacket he's wearing. This video is very well made in the way that every time he switches to a new scene, instead of editing something to grab your attention into the background changes, and so you have something to analyze while you're looking at this. Just realistically, you're just looking at a guy with a microphone, but because the jacket looks pretty unique and the background keeps changing, there's something to grab your attention so that it doesn't get boring, and that saves so much of editing time that would otherwise be wasted just green screening something behind you. And also natural lighting with a good camera, that's way better than having to set up like a whole system of lights.
The main component that really ties them all together is one of aesthetics.
This is completely unrelated to the video we're watching, I know, but I just wanted to point that out.
A vibe. A certain type of title and thumbnail.
See, that's what I was thinking of. Most video essays are very stylized like video essays. When you see one, you know
that
one.
Help indicate to you, the viewer, that you're about to watch some, you know, some smart shit. And there's a lot of ways to achieve this effect. Maybe use some slick editing.
It could be the pace of the video. It could be the way you talk. There's a lot of subtle things that I think you don't realize until you go make one for yourself.
Maybe use some fancy words like sapien, and, you know, just generally talking in a way that makes people believe that you're smarter.
Yeah.
Or sapien nerd.
More informed.
You know, using these elements doesn't necessarily mean that the video that you're gonna make is bad. It's actually just like a common sort of bunch of common attributes.
I think the reason it's a common attribute is largely because that's how you identify a video essay. The very specific style of titles, thumbnails, and presentation makes it so by watching a video just for 2 seconds and seeing the title for just like a split second, you can instantly tell the pace of it and whether you want to watch it or not, what it's about.
Since the qualifications for doing this job are essentially non-existent, a lot of these mass-produced video essay channels will essentially use these aesthetic elements as a way to make you think that what they're saying is a lot more profound than what it actually is.
That, and I also think to set an atmosphere that will specifically make you understand what you're in for. You see that thumbnail for 5 seconds, you see the video title, you click on it, you start watching, and 5 minutes in, or sorry, 5 seconds in, you know exactly what you're in for.
Let's talk about SunnyV2. A lot of people have already talked
we're
about
getting to the main point of the video.
Chris video.
Yeah, that one was shit. It's like he just analyzed the people and interactions. Like, bro, the people interact, awkward shit happens, and he kind of like went and talked about how this could affect Mr. Beast's career, and people, and he psychoanalyzed their behavior. Look at this awkward atmosphere they're having on the stream and shit. You don't do that. You're not a psychologist. That is not your specialty. And even if it was your specialty, still, what are you doing? That's not what people want from you. No. It clearly is, because otherwise you wouldn't have 6 million views. It's their lives, and I feel like you don't play a part in that shit. Why are you even?
Dumb, it really
is. This is stupid. Why Chris will be a nightmare for Mr. Beast? Why? I watched the video. The point was dumb.
Chris video, and how insanely dumb it really is.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for Mr. Beast brand.
Like, no, it couldn't. No, it couldn't.
The video is incredibly invasive and weak.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay, see, I had a few thoughts I couldn't put into words. why do you pry into a person's see, like what I talked about previously, I kind of structured it poorly, so I didn't bring my point across. I like the word invasive. Why are you prying into these guys' private life? First of all, you're not even qualified to know what the fuck you're talking. Like, are you a psychologist to know whether the way they're acting is wrong or no? No. A. B. You're only seeing them through a video on camera. You aren't even seeing them interact in person. So you don't know you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You don't know how they actually are acting. And C. Why the fuck do you think you should be just like, even if you are qualified, say you are a psychologist or whoever psychoanalyzes people, why do you think you should go and pry into these guys' life and the way they're functioning? I mean, clearly I know why. It's to make a fucking video that's gonna get a lot of people angry and happy. I just noticed I was reacting without audio, so I'm gonna have to sync it up. So you might notice like minor desync in the audio, but it won't affect the video.
Something that's any of SunnyV2's concern.
Yep.
But the way that the video decides to focus on things is incredibly weird.
So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel.
Looking at this whole thing of like just Chris being open about who he is as a MrBeast related,
and the way he talks about it like it's a fucking criminal psychology video. It's like, bro, there's not some eerie shit going on. This guy is just trans, or is that it? I don't even know. See, I don't know. I just don't know, because I don't care personally. That's his life, and
business decision is
it's not. Yeah, exactly. Why is he talking about like it's a business decision? Just some random guy on the internet that happens to be a friend of a really popular YouTuber, and they happen to record together, is trans, I think, or something. Again, I don't care enough to find out.
Freak shit.
To like spend time looking up.
He tries to like at some point analyze Chris's marriage. He is quite
like, yeah, what the fuck are you doing, bro? It's someone else's life. Don't pry into that.
Talking about Chris's life as if he.
And if you are doing that, is he a criminal? Did he do something? Is there a reason to do it? Would that like actually matters? If no, then why?
He's a character in a TV show.
And if we've learned any,
yeah, look, perfectly.
Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended, and is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video.
That's right, guys. You compared MrBeast's real-life friend to a movie character. That's the fucking level that we're on right now.
What makes this video so ghoulish to me is the fact that he essentially ignores the fact that MrBeast and Chris are human beings that make decisions.
That's how much we've devolved, guys. This is great.
And choices.
Good
that
stuff.
Have nothing to do with like any
SunnyV2 coming out with the bangers as always.
Content whatsoever. What MrBeast is deciding to do here is what he's done in his entire life. It's an inactive decision. He's just staying friends with someone who he's always been friends.
Yeah, he talks about it like MrBeast is like, oh my god, I just got this sick idea. Okay, my friend, he's becoming trans. Okay, I'm gonna feature him on my channel now. I'm gonna do this smart move where I have overly gay characters just for the sake of it to like attract attention. What the fuck are you
friends with? I remember when MrBeast was doing this interview and he was talking about how he intentionally chooses to show less personality in his videos because it makes it so he can just relate to a broader audience.
Which is fucking crazy to do. No, I couldn't. Look, I go all out on the personality in my videos. That's my quirk.
But also because it makes him kind of stay away from drama and people attack.
Yeah, it's you could attack the content, but you will not attack the people because the people are just doing content.
That is a lot of pressure because the product of the video is your personality.
Well, yeah, because if you're depressed or you're going through stuff, you know.
Exactly, it'll affect your content. So he treats himself as a character in the game, or in the videos. At least, like within the videos, he treats himself as just the guy that's the main character, the presentation guy, the guy with the microphone.
I definitely understood his point and thought that it makes sense.
But it's difficult to do.
This really just, I don't know, proves his point fully. Even this an active choice of his, this.
Exactly. I think, what great terminology. Fuck. Like, these are, man, I'm gonna use that from now on, right? An active choice. That makes so much sense. Doing nothing because it doesn't fucking matter is not the same as choosing to do nothing so that, like, it does, so that it affects your videos or whatever. Mr. Beast is not trying to make some business move by making his friend gay. Like, that is not what's going on at all.
Decision to stay friends with someone is being picked up.
Yeah, Mr. Beast just decided not to stop being friends with a guy because he, like, identifies differently as a person now, because that's what, like, a good friend would do.
Part here and analyzed as a business decision.
Wow, man.
It's something for some Australian.
I mean, it's weird, bro, right? Like, people like corporate channels, like really corporate stuff, people like that, they don't understand that there are, like, human feelings involved. I mean, if they did, right, Nintendo wouldn't do what they're doing. So it's understandable, right? Just corporate higher-ups, they really don't understand human feelings. So, I mean, I can see.
Here and analyze
That's fucked up.
Business decision. It's something for some Australian video essay guy to pick apart and analyze. It's something that's looked at as content. Even when not talking about issues that are as sensitive, SunnyV2 has been having some dumbass takes for a while now.
I agree. I really hope he mentions the ninja video. I think that one was horrible.
I don't know if hate watching is the right word, but like annoyingly watching.
Yeah, same, absolutely same.
Begrudgingly watching his videos for some time now, and time again, I've been absolutely shocked by the sort of things that he can get away with because of his sort of
presentation,
posh adjacent Australian accent, where he sounds a bit like a news reporter.
Yeah, he just makes himself sound smart to the people, and then so they agree with everything he says.
Months after Dream's face reveal, SunnyV2.
Oh, the Dream video, holy shit, that was bad as well.
This video called "Why Dream's Face Reveal Was an Awful Decision."
Dream's face.
That is okay. Can I talk about why that's a horrible take real quick? I'll make it quick. Trust me. Okay, so Dream went mask off. That's the little term I'm gonna use because that is like what's actually happening, right? That's what he called it. Even though the term sounds a little silly, because the pressure of keeping your face hidden and staying private all the time, not being able to meet up with your friends in real life, not being able to show how you look, not being able to go, like, just do social real life things that you want to do, and just having to stay hidden and having fans get crazy obsessed over your appearance because they don't know what you are and fantasize about how you should look and, like, making you feel horrible about it. All of these things and more, I'm assuming, I'm sure there's more that I just couldn't think of because I am not in his position to, I'm not in his position. I wouldn't know how it feels. Is the reason he went mask off. And SunnyV2 treats it as if that was a business decision he made, and it was a really bad one. That is just not the case. It is a personal decision, and he made it as a human being that wants to have a human life.
Video.
And it feels like you have to be a robot not to understand this. It's really crazy to me how people can overlook that just because, like, yes, I get that companies operate without human feelings, and if you work for one hard enough, you may think that actually everyone is without feelings. But no, there's a term for that. It's called corporate, and a human is not corporate. A human is a human.
Called "Why Dream's Face Reveal Was an Awful Decision."
Dream's face reveal could qualify as the worst mistake made by a content creator ever.
No, it couldn't. No, it couldn't. It couldn't. Not even close. Like, literally not even close.
Ever. This video is weird as hell, I'll tell you that much. In Dream's face reveal video, he talks about how part of the reason as...
What about the decision to sexually assault? What about the decision to become a cupcake hunter? How about that? Assault is the wrong term to use. I meant, well, actually, could it be considered assault if you send a picture of your shit?
Why he decided to show his face after all this time is because of...
I don't know. I'm not making fun of, like, assault victims. Like, not even close. Like, that is not what I intended with this at all. If you guys think that, you're, like, not thinking straight. I am making fun of a guy sending a picture of his shit.
The looming threat of various...
And exaggerating, obviously.
doxings and, you know, any sort of information leak whatsoever. The obsessive attempts of fans and other people alike to try and figure out how this guy's face looks like was starting to cross a line.
The people trying to
It starts to cross the line, A, and B, it just fucks with you mentally.
my face, trying to find out what I look like, trying to. There's too many. It's a little, just a tiny bit.
It's stalker. It's like stalker behavior.
much.
And you know, I don't want to come off in this video as some sort of a big dream defender. I'm not, but I'm mainly looking at what he says here.
Yeah,
at
me
the
neither.
context.
Well, I don't side with people because I like the person, at least not in the reaction videos, we'll say that. I side with them because I like the content, or I agree with a specific point, or I think in the exact case that we're talking about, the person is in the right.
Of Sunny's video, and what he says makes a lot of sense, right?
Yeah.
It makes sense to not want to be doxxed. That doesn't seem like a lot of fun. This is an actual real threat to him and his loved ones. Something real.
That is a physical threat, which is bad in and of itself. But what about the mental pressure? Like that's also a huge
worry
part.
about. There are more than enough.
And I'm not going to mention all of them because I just talked about what you'd be facing mentally, so I don't want to go through it again.
Fans swarming private houses of people, or even like haters and stuff. And worse, SWAT teams coming to people's houses, breaking them down, terrifying and traumatizing the people that live inside of them.
And sometimes people die when that happens or get injured. Animals die, pets die. SWAT teams love shooting dogs.
It makes sense that he wouldn't like to deal with that, obviously. But SunnyV2 doesn't really like this very much.
Yet perhaps he was simply unaware of just how relevant these incidents were keeping him. Additionally, since almost all growth on YouTube comes from some kind of uncomfortability, Dream should have recognized this feeling as a signpost to let these attempted exposés continue, giving him wave after wave of free relevancy.
Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Actually, what Dream should have done is let people continue doxing him and talk about it, because that would give him free relevancy. That is not something you say as a human. That is something a corporate robot designed to make money says. And that is not an attack on SunnyV2. That is an attack on the shitty take he's saying.
What? He should have let go of the feeling of being uncomfortable with his life being leaked out like that, with his private residence being known to the public.
That's fucking crazy.
He should have just been like, what, like fine with that being a thing?
Should have been like, hell yeah, money, baby. Because as we know, everything is about having more views. And in fact, you know what? That's a great way to summarize SunnyV2's videos. Everything is about views, and if whatever decision you make in life doesn't make you views, it is a horseshit decision. In fact, no. What makes it an even worse decision if it reduces your views? In that case, you're actually killing. Like, this is the worst thing you could have done as a human being, is make a decision that will hurt your views on YouTube.
Having a home invasion or getting swatted for what? For clout? Because these attempts at his invasion of privacy can be like reported on and go viral? That seems like a good excuse for that. Are you crazy? SunnyV2
Inhuman take.
is showing on screen Dream's actual doxing information that random people have leaked online. I decided to
I'm really glad this guy blurred it.
but, I mean, this is again an act.
That's what the fuck.
Threat, something for you.
Why are you showing it to more people? Why would you do that?
Don't worry about it. It's not that Sunny is giving a counter argument to what Dream is saying.
And it could be that it's not him doing it, it's his editor. But what's the chance that you make a video and after your editor edits it for you, you don't double check and see a problem with it and then ask them not to fix it? Oh wait, no, there is a good chance. You know what happened? Jake Paul happened, or Logan Paul, I don't know. Whichever one went to the bad
He's
forest.
not saying that.
I'm not gonna bring up a lot about it because I think YouTube likes taking down videos talking about it too extensively.
You know, maybe face revealing won't change the doxing situation all that much. Maybe it'll make it even worse. That's an actual fair argument that you might bring up. And
yes, if you have stats to back it up.
Why face revealing is a bad idea.
Or if you at least want to, what's it called? What's the term for it? All right, the pause. or if you want to at least discuss the possibility or theorize it, like you can go ahead and theorize, like, could that potentially be bad for him, like, to go expose himself? Because maybe people knowing how he looks could potentially make it so they want to, like, their stalker shit goes higher. But I'm not saying that is the case. Like, I'm straight up making this up on the spot. That would be a point of discussion you could make. But instead, what he chooses to do is have an inhuman take again.
Yeah, and that would be fair enough. But
whether you're theorizing about it or giving it as with objective stats, if someone did research on a topic like this before, you'd never know. Or he did fucking research himself. Like he made a a paper on it, we'll say.
What he's doing. He accepts Dream's concerns. He agrees that they're a real thing. But he tells him to ignore them, because making money is more important than that. In the world.
And it's not like Dream has, and Dream clearly doesn't have enough money as of now. So, I mean, we 100% can agree with that.
Of SunnyV2.
And like, yeah, I'm not saying Dream shouldn't make money or whatever. That would be a stupid take. Like, of course, if you have an amount of money that's a lot, it doesn't mean you wouldn't want to make more. I mean, billionaires wouldn't exist if that were the case, and companies wouldn't operate, right? Because you'd make the amount of money you want off of your company, and then you'd sell it and go fucking somewhere else to do something else. You'd fuck off.
Two's videos, no decision can be made to just better your own personal life. Everything has to be done with the context of content, as a calculated move to feed the algorithm, which explain
for the 10th time inhuman take
why his videos feel like they were made by a cold-hearted robot. Throughout
pre-watched
the entire video, Sunny talks in a really authoritative tone. I mean, the video in itself is called...
I'm gonna pause a bit less now because we're 13 minutes in and I've been reacting to 40 minutes. What the
Why
fuck?
Dream's face reveal was an awful decision.
Yeah, as if saying it's objectively bad to do what he did, because of prioritizing your personal life over YouTube is objectively a horrible decision, clearly. I mean, if it wasn't, right? Like, why would SunnyV2 say it, right? It's fact.
If the decision has already proven itself as being bad...
yeah, there wasn't even info on it, but that was 3 months ago.
But it's important to state that this was posted like in between when Dream face revealed and when Dream released his next video. At the time of Sunny releasing that video, he actually didn't really know if Dream's face reveal was a bad idea or...
And he even stopped uploading his standard Minecraft speedrunners versus hunters or whatever he does. I don't know. I'm not 2 anymore, so I don't really watch Minecraft content made for 2-year-olds, unfortunately. But he stopped making those videos at the time that SunnyV2 was talking about it. So he literally had no stats to back up his claim. It was straight up speculative, presented as fact.
Or not. He just knew that the idea
Speculations,
of saying that would drive clicks to his video. Yes, his next upload did actually get a lot less views than he usually does.
But you know what? His next upload was on a topic that people didn't give a shit about, because people are on Speed's channel for Minecraft speedrunners versus hunters or whatever else he uploads. You know, that video with that exact same thumbnail. It is not for Antarctica. And the fact that it still got 6 million despite that means his fans are loyal as shit. You get that?
That could just be attributed to the fact that Dream has just quit the one series that was really successful for him. In general, if you really want to look at the lesson here from Dream's decline in views, it's don't just have one idea, you know? Don't just do one idea.
But maybe do if it makes you so much, like, maybe don't, but maybe do. You know, like in Dream's case, like, realistically, it's not like his channel is going to be ruined now that he's going to have to switch topics. Yeah, he'll lose a portion of his audience for a bit, and it's going to take a while to build up a new one, because switching topics on YouTube is really difficult, and in general, you lose a large percentage of your audience. But that doesn't mean it was a bad idea, because did you not see how popular it made Dream? Like, it worked out in the end, and it made him enough money to, you know, financial freedom to experiment with different ideas. So I disagree with this. But that's not to say that I disagree with the video or anything, just this specific thing.
Yeah, like, you should probably have, like, at least 2 or 3 more ideas. Even way before the face reveal, every time Dream tried to, like, kind of stray away from making those hunter versus speedrunner videos, it would get way less views.
And I want to say that is fine. That is how YouTube works. And for channels that switch their type of content, this always happens. You will always see that. Yeah, go look at your favorite channels that started making different content. We'll look at CDog here real quick. Let me show his channel. His content used to be focused around making prank calls as a character. His content used to be focused around basically voice acting as a character called Sebastian from some anime, Black Butler. It doesn't really matter. It was about a specific thing, and it was getting views. That's what people knew him for. And he didn't want to do it anymore. Or this is roughly how I remembered it from the way he explained it himself. I don't remember the exact like page by page explanation because I am not him, and it's been a while since I watched this video explaining it. But this is the general rundown of how I remember it. So he used to make videos about being pretending like acting as a specific character, and he garnered a specific audience, and he got bored of doing it because doing the same thing, a super specific same thing over and over and over again is creatively kind of draining, and you get bored. You get bored of doing the same thing. So he switched the type of videos he makes, and every time he made a video that was not on it, look, this guy in the thumbnail, 170k views. This guy in the thumbnail, a bunch of views. This guy in the thumbnail, a bunch of views. This guy, something different, no one's talking about. Yeah, so he himself said that he basically stopped making money after he switched this the topic, and it was really rough, and he had to just keep making shit over and over and over again until his audience just completely changed. Like, a few loyal fans stayed, and they helped him grow the channel back into its original size, or even bigger eventually at that. But the process of having all your views dwindle is really painful, and you might just want to go back to revert to your old content and just stick with it forever. But you can't keep doing the same thing for the rest of your life. I mean, some people can, but it can't be good for you mentally.
Even like a normal Minecraft video, it makes a lot of sense that a video that's just a vlog of Dream and a bunch of people and Mr. Beast going through Antarctica, it makes sense that it won't do as well. His Minecraft audience is just not as interested in that. Not to mention that Minecraft videos have been getting a lot less views this year because, lockdown's over. Kids are back in school. But that sort of normal explanation is not enough for SunnyV2. He needs to create...
It could have been a 3-minute video where what SunnyV2 made could have been a 3-minute video where he makes a little prediction and an estimation and explains why it could potentially, the face reveal could potentially be bad, but might not be for his channel, and also how it affects him as a person and why it might or might not actually help the stalker situation. But that is not what he talked about at all.
Create some sort of weird lesson here, some sort of cautionary tale. Don't face reveal, or you'll be less rich, I guess. Don't make decisions to better your personal life if you're gonna make less money.
It's all about the content.
It often feels like with SunnyV2's videos, the main actual thing that's being thought of here is just the title and thumbnail, and then you click on the video and it's a mess, a neat and organized one, but still a mess at that.
Very good point.
Like if you take away,
they're structured, but it's like if someone built a tower out of garbage. It's still a pile of shit, a pile of trash. It just looks nice.
This sort of like, the way that he talks with that accent of his, and the sleek editing that looks like a...
And also you cover it with a nice little plastic bag to make it all look perfectly tied together.
Watching an Apple commercial, and those thumbnails, those god-awful thumbnails. So
fucking hate them.
Made out of plastic. I know it's bad to make fun of.
And the thumbnails are built like that very intentionally. That's a bit clear. I hate them, and that's why people watch them. Everyone hates them. They look so uncomfortable to look at, but you see that, and it is this character looking like it's like what Dream did is bad, and it's like a picture of Dream looking ugly as shit, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, what happened to Dream? Look at him. He looks so destroyed and distraught and completely fucked over. No way. Did Dream fall off? Well, that'll be more like maybe on a different YouTuber, but
like a person's art. But these look like NFTs. This looks like pure ass. Because I guess it's essentially traced over the original pictures.
Yeah.
But like it looks in the sort of...
I mean, it's intentionally ugly. Let's be clear. I think it looks ass for a reason.
Art.
Now, granted, I don't like it, but it will make a lot of people click.
Is pop art the word that...
If it didn't, he wouldn't do it.
I'm thinking of here. It looks like ass. That's all I'm trying to say, really. All of this is here to sell you the allure, the idea that something substantial and meaningful is about to be said here. That's why with every SunnyV2 upload, you'll get like 1 billion people reacting to that thing, mouth open, as this guy says one of the dumbest takes I've ever heard in my entire life.
One of my favorite things to do is to go to Asmongold videos and watch him react to SunnyV2 videos, because Asmongold never just goes, wow, that's crazy. He actually breaks these videos down and disagrees with the parts that need to be disagreed with, and just great discussions, man. What a great channel. But please keep watching this video. Don't just go to Asmongold, because, you know, maybe he hasn't reacted to this video yet because it's only been made an hour ago. Right, you have a reason to keep watching mine.
Is nothing but an afterthought, something to justify the title and thumbnail that he picked. In reality, after you
I outed myself as a fucking clone of a better channel, but it's fine. I'll develop my own style eventually.
Essentially,
I'm in the process.
Still say whatever he wants and get the same amount of views, because the aesthetic does such a good job of selling you the whole thing. The need to feed this beast called the algorithm doesn't just end in a few bad takes. Sometimes you may run out of ideas to talk about because you upload so much. And when that...
It's not like I'm running into that problem with this new channel, right? Like, I mean, realistically, like, I only upload 3 times a day, right? I don't run out of discussion points, and it's not like I'm talking for this is the 6th hour in a single day that I've been talking about YouTube content, and but I'm doing great because I fucking love this shit, right? I spent my whole life watching YouTube, and so I personally can keep doing it, and watching videos like this gets me so much to think about, and having this channel is fucking awesome because I can go and talk about it.
They need to result to a little thing that I like to call stealing. A few months ago, a YouTuber called...
Is what I'm doing stealing? No, right? I think it's fair to call it relatively transformative, because...
made a video about a channel called Anna Oop, a video essay slash T channel slash...
Because it's like, you know, twice the length of the original video.
Content...
But not always. Like, when I watch virtual videos. Okay, okay, you know what? A little tangent. Is what I'm doing stealing? Now, for a video like this, I would say no, because clearly... I've added quite a lot of points. The video so far, for my recording time so far, is 50 minutes long. The original video so far is 8 to 17. So I've added at least a couple of my points. I think it is relatively transformative. And but if I react to a video like Virtual, for example, I don't know enough about the game to be able to add that many points. So what I'm doing is actually just a reaction. Is that stealing? I would argue that no, because stealing would mean that you're taking something away from another person, and I am not doing that, because by me watching his video, he's not losing views. If anything, people might not like my reaction to his video, and they'll go hit up the link and give him a view instead of watching me do it. You know what I mean? And if people want to watch a reaction of a video if people are specifically looking up virtual reaction on YouTube, that means they've already seen the video that they're gonna react to, because like, who is going to look up a reaction to a video that they haven't seen? Nobody. And if you are seeing a reaction to a video you haven't seen before, then you probably don't even know the guy that the person is reacting to. And that is like giving, I don't want to say paying an exposure, because that is like a horrible term, because it's used to basically scam artists. But that is essentially what's going on, right? Like, I am... the thanks for me, the person whose video I'm reacting to provides me with some content of my own to make, and as a thanks for that, I kind of just ask people to go check out their video, and I think it's like a nice circle of life that helps YouTube grow. Now, granted, my channel plays pretty much no role in it so far, because the numbers I get aren't high enough to affect anyone. But when a channel like Asmongold or Moist Critical react to something, when they react to a small channel, that channel actually grows. So there's stats to back up that what they do doesn't hurt.
Farm channel posting videos every single day. Anna Oop's channel is absolutely huge, with over 2 million subscribers, and most of their content is like drama related stuff. Zendaya called out for forcing her stylist to quit. Charlie D'Amelio cheats on Landon with mystery guy.
Who cares, right?
Beret, like the hat, accused of dating Olivia.
Exactly. This is like shit. Who cares? This someone's personal life drama. I think this is not worth talking about it. The only drama I've covered on this channel is stuff that I think actually affects people, and this kind of content isn't it.
Via Rodrigo's sirens. I'm in New York right now, and
I think the sirens add to the aesthetic. It feels like I'm watching Spider-Man, or like I'm watching it still from the Spider-Man games.
Is everywhere. There's like
This feels
sirens
great.
going off.
Like actually, for some reason, hearing very subtle sirens in the background of like an outside environment just makes me brings me into like a game world. It makes me immersed in the video.
There's helicopters going off. This place is like a war zone, intended to make me regret filming my video on a rooftop. It's a bunch of videos.
Oh, it's on a rooftop. That makes sense. Man, that's fucking sick. See, he keeps changing the environment. New shit to look at.
Been made for me, and that's okay. It's okay for a channel to make videos
Yeah, of course,
that I'm
of
not
course.
supposed to watch.
Not the target audience. It is what it is.
But every now and again, yeah, Anna Oop likes to dabble in a little bit of Anna. I was trying to think of a pun. She dabbles in stealing. Like Asher says in his video, it makes sense for multiple people to come up with a video on the same topic. I'm sure that's something that I've done in the past as well.
We all get the same news cycle. We see the same trending topics on Twitter, and we decide to make videos based on those topics.
Yeah, of course. You make video, like, if your channel needs growth, if you need cash, if you don't want your channel to die, sometimes you have to be a bit of a meta slave and just do what others are doing, because that's what gets you the numbers.
You might scroll on your homepage on YouTube and see a video idea that you want to do yourself. But you come up with your own title, you come up with your own video idea, and you add something different. And most importantly,
exactly,
you credit the person that you
made. Credit the person. Guys, talking about crediting the person, if you open the description, the first channel in there is going to be the video I'm reacting to right now. Okay, let's keep watching. I'll talk about that a little more extensively at the end of the videos, as I usually do.
Fully, like, rip off a guy. That's kind of rude. If you end up finding yourself taking inspiration from someone, which is, you know, absolutely fine.
That's what most people do. I'd say it's not absolutely fine. It's absolutely fantastic.
The least you can do is maybe, I don't know, credit the guy.
Yeah.
Do something like that. I feel like that should be kind of like common courtesy with YouTubers. Which, you know what, in SunnyV2's defense, that.
But this video was heavily inspired by the Asher So video. More
is
YouTubers are copying
something that
Mr.
he's
Beast.
done in the past. And Anna has at times as well, but mostly hasn't. Her level of ripping someone off.
Okay, that's not great. Oh wait.
Should be studied in
All right, I want to see this. I want to see the examples. I really want to see the examples of her ripping off.
Rip off some talking points from people, like word to word, and then also, like, not leave it at that. She'll steal the thumbnail as well.
This is my thumbnail. You can obviously see where Anna Oop got the idea.
All right, guys. That's okay. See, there's a problem with this. If you clearly make it apparent that you're showing someone else's thumbnail, then it's okay. But you can't just go and take their thumbnail and use it as your own. Oh my god. Okay. Let me actually bring you an example. Look at Asmongold. A lot of his thumbnails, a lot less recently because he has a really good thumbnail editor now that makes these from scratch, and it takes quite a lot of time. I mean, I started doing this stuff myself, ever so slightly. But see this, for example. This is clearly pictures from SunnyV2's video. But he's not stealing the thumbnail because he has himself in it. So, and the fact that the word reacts is in the title clearly means that what is going on is it's him watching a SunnyV2 video. This is not a SunnyV2 video, and he's not framing it as one. But what she's doing clearly is that. That's the difference between stealing and showing it. Yeah, it's stealing versus showing.
Thumbnail from, it's definitely mine. If you watch the video, the content is almost, it's like I did all of the research for her video and she just reskinned it for her channel.
And you know,
that's like so fucked up.
The goal of doing that is kind of crazy, you know? Throughout Asher's video, you can see time and time again Anna Oop doing that sort of thing, stealing the video, the title, and the thumbnail, and then also just profiting off of it like crazy because the channel is huge. And she, or the company that's behind this channel, know that they can get away with that sort of thing. And there's something about that that's incredibly frustrating.
April 20th, 2021, I made a video called Meet the Biggest Copycat on TikTok. It was about this TikToker New Main who would steal other people's videos. Sound familiar?
I think a lot of TikTokers do that, right? Like, if someone makes a popular video, you literally make an identical copy of it.
9 months.
But because it's TikTok, like, nobody's gonna recognize you as a content thief because they'll just kind of forget about you, right? You're as a TikToker, you'll be relevant for such a small amount of time that it doesn't matter.
Later, the most disgusting guy on TikTok, Anna Oop, original.
Oh wow, would you look at that? That's so cool that this
copy of the guys in the middle. People are praising Anna Oop.
That's so fucked up.
Comments. I love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Anna, for this vid.
As a content creator, what are you really supposed to do here? You're going up against a massive company, a content farm.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like you can win a copyright dispute because, or like a copyright battle, we'll say, because it's not like they're doing something illegal. They're just making videos that are heavily inspired and are featuring your style and using very similar thumbnails, but they're clearly not showing your content. It is original content. So technically, all they're doing is making great videos of their own that are just inspired.
When what a channel does is just push out content.
God, this video so far has made me so existential about the channel I'm making. Like, it made me fucking do a triple take on whether what I'm doing is ethical or not. But I think it is.
Again and again and again to feed this sort of machine, no matter what. Who gives a shit about what they're stealing from? They're just gonna do it because they need to keep going. Asher is probably just one example out of many that have experienced a very similar thing. If not by Anna Oop, then
there's a channel in Russia which literally takes Mr. Beast thumbnails, remakes them on their own, and then they even take the ideas. They straight up make Mr. Beast videos, but low budget. But because they're the only alternative for Mr. Beast content in Russia, the Russian kids who don't know any better watch that shit. And by Russian, I mean Russian speaking, right? So it could be like any country that knows the language.
By another one of these sort of content farmy sort of channel. Standing in front of this machine, this beast, can make you feel helpless, tiny. And if you can't really beat them, why not join them? Jake Tran and Illuminati, yeah, I think that's how I'm supposed to say it, are two...
Oh, I remember Illuminati. I think I saw I saw their channel before on YouTube.
Illuminati, yeah, I think that's how I'm supposed to say it, are two YouTubers that seemingly content farmified their channel, each one posting 1 billion video essays a week. Illuminati is now posting, I think, a video essay every single day.
That is insane. That is insane. Like, there's actually zero. It is impossible for the videos to be quality if they are posted at that rate, unless you have a bunch of writers, in which case, at which point you're not a YouTuber, you're just a company that is using YouTube as a platform.
It's kind of crazy.
I mean, my favorite part about this is that a channel like Asmongold still makes more money off of, or rather still gets more views on his videos, and he uploads them like 5 times, or it still gets the same amount of views as a channel like this, and he uploads like 10 times a day.
Easy.
It's just good to know that not all content farms are winning. It just makes me happy. Even if the money is going into the pockets of a millionaire, I don't care, so long as it's not going to the lifeless corporate bitches. Bitches as in companies, not like, I'm not targeting the humans. Like, obviously I'm not gonna call a random person a fucking bitch. Like,
I didn't used to watch Illuminati.
I don't know why I have to, like, I'm saying that just because there's someone who's gonna misunderstand me, like, just in case, guys.
So I'm not gonna focus on that channel, but with Jake Tran specifically, I remember a bunch of his videos showing up in my feed, and they were pretty cool. He a lot of times had some pretty meaningful stuff to say. A lot of videos had some pretty, interesting lessons about. And
then they lost their soul.
Like really bad
as all channels do eventually.
He's talking about a bunch of things that should be called out. The lengths, that
that is a
evil
lie,
businesses could
I love
go just to make a quick buck. And then he became rich. His team became absolutely massive. He got like a voice actor to do some stuff for him for his videos. And then, like, the subject
And like,
of his own...
it's not bad to make your videos better. In fact, I'd say if you think you can make your content better, go ahead. That's great for you. What's bad is what he's about to explain.
He essentially just started doing the very same things that he was like talking about. He made a
The villain arc.
video about how like the lottery is bad and scamming you, and then he promoted a gambling thing.
What the fuck?
Making like anti-NFT videos and then promoting NFT projects in those very same videos.
I showed how he had started selling NFTs.
Oh, I've seen this guy from I've watched CoffeeZilla. I've watched CoffeeZilla talk about this guy. Holy shit, that's him.
Videos of
Oh my god.
how bad NFTs are, or selling crypto in a video about how crypto is. And it was just so weird.
Yeah, he teaches about what rug pulls are and then goes and does them. Or advertises them. Crazy shit. That is the most five-head move. You gain the trust of people by pretending to be a good guy, and then you go on your villain arc. That is such an absolute business move of all
And
time.
it's obvious why he took those deals. Lots
Money. I mean,
of money.
Yeah.
Lots of money is on the table over here.
I mean, why do you think people are making gambling streams? They're getting paid pretty juicy
More money
amounts
than
of money.
any sort of sponsor.
Like, nobody would willingly just make a stream that will inspire people to go and destroy their lives and lose all their family's life savings, especially kids. But you know what? If you get a bag big enough, it might be worth it.
Could give you whatsoever. These goddamn crypto
It might be worth it to spin the slot just once more.
projects just throw out cash willy-nilly, probably offering him like hundreds of thousands of dollars, an amount of money that I guess is hard to say no to even if you're a millionaire. But even with that being the case, you know, you'd think that he'd have some shame about it. But his response to all of that was...
You don't want to break character, because if you apologize about it, then you're admitting you're wrong. Like, that is it. No, I think I agree that naturally you should feel ashamed and all that, but realistically that is impossible, because the moment you apologize for doing it, you're saying that you made a mistake. And clearly what he's going for is pretending that he is a righteous warrior, and so he can't say he made a mistake. That is just going to be horrible for him as a business move. And if he didn't care about making business moves, he wouldn't be taking these bags of money in the first place. So clearly he values money over personal integrity. And so that decision is not one he would make.
Well, what did you expect out of a channel that teaches you to be evil? I do really appreciate the honesty of this. But on the other, to be evil. I do really appreciate the honesty of this. But on the other, much more important hand, you're kind of admitting that you don't care if your audience gets scammed by you, which it seems really wrong.
He then added that every sponsor on this channel helps fund this channel so we can help upping the quality and quantity. You're not going to be the right fit for every sponsor on this channel, and that's okay. So if you don't like the sponsors, skip the ads, don't buy for them, or unsubscribe from the channel. Which is a really funny answer. I did it because I wanted more money. Dig Tran also sells like an online course now that teaches you how to like get a bunch of money from a laptop job. I don't know what qualifies him to really do that. How to systematically find out what remote job is best for you.
People don't live happy lives by mistake. That's right. Success is 100% systematic, planned, and carefully executed. There's zero RNG involved. I mean, actually zero. Like, there's no luck.
Don't live happy.
Guys, if you want to, actually, I don't want to talk about this right now, because I actually reacted to an entire video about this. It's called, Is Success Luck or Hard Work by Veritasium. I reacted to that one. Go watch it.
By mistake. Success is systematic, planned, and carefully executed. Yeah.
The answer is both, by the way, if you're curious, but go watch it regardless.
Every person that tries to sell you the idea that success is systematic should probably kind of watch out from that.
It is partially systematic.
How to crush any interview. I bombed all my interviews. It was awful. But the great news for you, I mean, again...
All my interviews. So, you have experience failing. Do you have experience succeeding? Can you tell us how to succeed? Or can you only tell us how not to fail? Because that is valuable in and of itself. Well, no, you can't tell us how not to fail because you don't know what it's like. What?
Remember when I told you that video essayists don't really need any sort of qualifications?
Well, neither do these online school guys that sell you a monthly course for $250 a day. Not actual price, by the way. But
I guess you don't really need any qualifications to start one of these bullshit-ass courses.
Yeah, quick rich schemes.
$97.
I said quick rich just now. Quick rich. What did I say? I don't remember.
He's just posting a random-ass picture over here with of him and Graham Stephan. What's going on? The video How Kwebbelkop Lost His Entire Audience in 1 Year by SunnyV2 is ass. It's just ass. It's a rambling
Haven't actually seen it because I don't know Kwebbelkop, and so I wasn't interested in the video. Let's hear it.
The video is about 15 minutes long. The first third of it is spent just speculating whether his relationship with Azzyland ending is the reason for his decline.
In order to answer that question, let's begin by looking at a Twitter post made by Kwebbelkop in early 2020. Before things go any further,
it's gonna be good when it starts with
I want to address the rumors. After 3.5 years of being together, Azzy and I recently broke up.
He talks about their breakup and their relationship for
There's no way he actually made it black and white, right?
For a while. Only
Oh, he did. Oh, he did. That is the most child content sort of dramatization shit you could do.
To reveal at the end of it all that it's all baseless. There is no correlation between this breakup and Kwebbelkop losing viewers.
Except for him stopping to upload for a little bit because he didn't want to make videos while he was feeling shit, as most people would do.
Sure, he had one less person to collaborate and make videos with. However, if we take the date of Geordie's separation announcement, March 2020, and place it alongside his view count at the time, he actually went up in views after breaking up with Azzyland.
So why is he bringing it up? It's just weird. Sunny brings a lot more potential reasons.
I know why. Because he has nothing else to talk about. He needs to make a 10-minute or a 20-minute video on Kwebbelkop. Kwebbelkop is popular, and it would be great clickbait. And what you talk about is irrelevant so long as it sounds profound and smart, and people are ready to stick around for it, which they are. As the stats prove.
Decline. Some of them make more sense than others. Him separating from his group channel, having a beef with some guy, a lot of really interesting stuff. I'll tell you that much. But then Sunny reaches to his ultimate point.
Like stuff like that is relatively informative. You know, if you mentioned that if you're wondering why this guy's channel is getting less views, it could be. I don't have evidence, but I have potential correlations. Now we don't know if it's a correlation or causation, but I have these things to show you. And then he shows that, you know, the channel group breakup, right? He doesn't get views from the overall people. Now he only has himself as a person and blah, blah, blah. And you show a bunch of stats and you're like, okay. And that's what I think.
The one that's presented in his ugly, ugly thumbnail for all its glory. His thesis is that Kwebbelkop lost his audience because he bragged about being rich.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse.
Yeah, it's not like that's the reason people watch these videos in the first place, right?
Let's see if this video can hit 100,000 likes.
And it's just like, why would you post this, dude? You think it's just a coincidence that David Dobrik got cancelled in the same month that he posted his brand new multi-million-dollar house to YouTube? When you invite envy into the life of others, you pay for
Is it? I don't know. I don't.
You will not expect.
Little Joel, who's kind of like Big Joel but smaller,
I don't actually know.
Made a pretty good point about it in a video.
The data does not prove out this point, really. You know, there's a trend in Kwebbelkop's views. They've been declining for a pretty long time, and it's not like the month that he released these 3 videos changed everything for him, you know, ruined his career.
I like the Minecraft music in the background.
It's kind of just been a slow decline. 1, Kwebbelkop is doing worse than he used to. 2, he did a thing that SunnyV2 and that I don't like. He bragged about his wealth. What you can do with that is just kind of make a connection. What if the reason why Kwebbelkop's not doing that well is the fact that he's doing something that I don't like? You don't really need evidence to support that conclusion. It's sort of evidences itself. The reality of the situation is lots of things happen in the world. YouTubers are not successful forever. They do better, they do worse. To generate some causal relationship between their
I don't even have anything to add to this. He is explaining shit perfectly. So at this part of the video, I'm just fucking silently watching.
Problematic in some way and them not doing well. What it serves to do is kind of give us the fantasy of control, right? It gives us the sort of moralistic fantasy that negative actions are getting punished and people get their due. It's
super good point. Super good point. These, just because two things happen at the same time. I mean, I just brought that up briefly a second ago, but we'll go into a little bit more in depth. Just because two things happen at the same time, and one of them was something a bad action that he did, and then suddenly at the same time his views are declining. Are they related? Maybe, and we could speculate, and you could say that maybe people don't like it, but we don't know, and that's it.
I think to a desire.
And you
to make the universe make sense.
And I think
of course.
A really interesting.
The people, SunnyV2's audience, they like hearing these stories of people doing something stupid, and then it punishing them. It just sounds like a great fairy tale, right? That is exactly how fairy tales go. Person makes mistake, lives to regret it. Person does something that sounds bad. It's a Darman video. People watching SunnyV2 videos are living in a Darman world.
Point. It's why I decided to leave.
At least mentally. That's how they think of it.
This video mainly in full to kind of speak for itself.
Love the Minecraft soundtrack. Again, just gotta point that out.
But I also think that Big Joel is kind of missing something here. I don't think that SunnyV2 says what he says at the end of that video in a sort of attempt to figure out the universe. I don't believe that SunnyV2 really cares about that.
That is 100% true.
In the context of his videos, I don't know him in real life. This all comes down to what we talked about at the beginning, that Sunny's videos are mainly an afterthought to his title and thumbnail. That's why he gives about like 5 or 6 different possible reasons as to why Kwebbelkop lost his viewership.
But at the end of the day, it's just it's just a theory, guys. A game theory. I mean, hey, game theory videos are pretty similar, right? He just thinks of something that would be like that sounds crazy for something that could have happened in the game, and then he makes a video about it. Now, granted, game theory videos are much more well crafted, and that's that. They're so much better made that it kind of makes the point relevant. In fact, you know what? I take my point back. They're so well made that it's relevant. And granted, they are not targeted for people like me, but who cares?
One that makes the least sense, the one that is the most
I'll take a note on this one. I had a bad take just now. Oops.
Of place is also the one that he put in his thumbnail. He created this narrative of a man losing everything because he boasted about his wealth, because it's interesting, because it's good content, and
because it's a great Darman title.
That's the actual dangerous thing here.
He clickbaits Darman ideas in he takes real world situations and make them seem like we're living in a fantasy world where bad stuff gets punished and man does bad thing, lives to regret it.
Life, so it fits the narrative of something like a TV show. It's essentially what he did with Chris, Mr. Beast, or Dream. He puts everything.
He's turning real life into a story, into
a clear narrative for us to follow, a distinct black and white sort of situation.
Never thought of it this way.
If
not for the video,
and I feel like when you alter and twist reality in that way, you end up losing a lot of very important things that I really appreciate in a lot of these sort of videos. You end up losing empathy. In general, one of the main things that I really hate about these sort of video essays and the people who rip off SunnyV2 as well,
it's inhumane.
Is that honestly, it's just a lot less fun to watch. It feels like no one is having fun making these videos.
Yeah, of course. People making these videos are enjoying making them, and there's just as much soul as there is in your Amazon fucking delivery package, you know? they're having just as much fun as the guy driving the truck, as the guy working on packaging it, as the person making the product, as the kids working in a Chinese sweatshop. Like, it is a 9 to 5 is all it is.
Blob of content that's made for you to eat up.
And of course, it's lacking soul, because as a concept, working for someone and doing something as a grind, just for like support yourself, when you actually don't care about the content. And even if you do, if you have a deadline and you have to make a lot within a small amount of time, and the most effective strat is to not give a shit about others, of course it's gonna lose soul.
Similar problems that
like the most effective strat is stealing. What is that?
Up in the,
you know, that says a lot, right?
Mr. Beastification video. There are now so many.
Oh, and by it says a lot, I of course mean it says a lot about how, like, these channels are willing to go and do these things, which would. This is not stuff you do if you value moral integrity or soul. Which, I mean, it's both. They're one and the same, right? If you don't take morals into account in your video, then there's definitely no soul in them.
Channels who rip off what SunnyV2 is doing, who copy him to a T, have similarly lazy points to make. And the reason as to why they're doing that is because it works. SunnyV2, with the views that he's getting, makes tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. A lot is being thrown out the window here for the sake of sleekness. And I think that's kind of lame, you know? These little tidbits of personality are what I
Now, I wouldn't agree with the title of the video. Granted, it is.
About these
clickbait is clickbait, so you have to make the titles catchy, so they don't necessarily have to reflect entirely what the video is about, so long as we're not actually getting lied to, which I'd say is definitely not the case in this one. What I wanted to say is that I think he didn't ruin video essays. He just straight up created a new breed of them, which will show up in your recommendations if you watch them, and won't if you don't. And you can choose not to watch them, you know, so long as you don't click on them. Now, granted, the clickbait on them is really good, so you might falling into a rabbit hole of watching them, and it will make you a little bit more miserable. But that doesn't mean that the pre-existing video essays are being ruined. Now, some channels will fall into the trap of greed, but that's a personal thing. I don't think SunnyV2 is the problem. He is just one of the people doing the thing.
Points that these people are making.
Doing the corporate thing.
I cried when I watched the latest Defunctland video about the Disney Channel theme intro. Who would have thought that that could happen to me from a Disney Channel theme intro? I cried because the video was incredible. It's a video that's gonna stay in my mind for a while. That's gonna inspire me in my own creation.
It makes me think of the videos where they have the actors draw the Disney thing, but without like perfectly traced.
Even stuff like Jenny Nicholson wearing goofy ass outfits in her videos. I think that's a lot of fun. Jake Tran can never do what Big Joel does. He could never film a video in a hot tub. He can never have creepy little angles in his videos. He can never do that, you know? Because he's a coward. I feel like there's a lot to appreciate with channels that, you know, kind of decide to stick to their guns, who decide to stay true to who they are.
I agree.
When the alternative is so much more lucrative. Especially Big Joel. I like his videos. You should check Big Joel out. He's my favorite YouTuber at the moment. I wonder how I'd feel if my life was whittled down to a SunnyV2 cautionary tale. What would the title be?
Yeah. All right, guys. The title is going to be How Pinley is Ruining His Life. And it's going to be about the fact that the videos he makes are too much, like, too specific and too niche, and they don't actually appeal to an audience as broad as they should. And so what he's doing is not strategically the best thing he could be doing to be making money on his channel, and he's therefore fucking stupid and making the worst decision. And in fact, this could be a contender for the worst decision someone's ever made on YouTube.
Loser decides to spend a month on his video instead of getting that bag like a idiot. This dumb little whiny baby is whining about creativity in another one of his videos instead of getting his bag like a real man. Shut up, dumb little baby. No one wants to see you whining again.
And it's sad because, like, as much as we're joking, like, I'm not this. We're not in the okay, see, I love this. Whenever a video makes me speak as if I am with the person in the video. What is going on here? Assimilation is the term I've been using so far, and I think I'll stick with it. I'm assimilating with the video, guys. That means that means the content is quality.
Would that be the title? The last video I posted.
Yeah, well, my point was, as sad as it is, like, and as much as I can make jokes about this is kind of how it actually works. Like, this is actually how he would clickbait you. Just like it wouldn't sound so stupid, but if SunnyV2 did make a video about this guy, it would be exactly like that.
On this channel,
and it's sad to think about.
A 1 hour long video about Pickle Rick, and it's unironically my magnum opus. I'm not really embarrassed to say it. It took me a while to make it. Has a musical number in it that I wrote. I hired out a stage to like film it on. Part of the reason as to why I made it was to see if I could make something like that.
It's to have something exist. Guys, why do you think I went... No, I don't have any. No.
I wanted
maybe a different time. Maybe a different
video
time.
And the length of it.
The reason he made it is because he wants it to exist.
To, you know, just
it's an outlet of creativity. That's kind of how YouTube is.
When I finished that video, after all the work that I put in, I made something that I was really proud of.
Yeah.
I felt happy with it. I really was. And then I posted the video, and all of that work was reduced to a bunch of numbers.
That were worse than usual, and that fucking stings. This shit stings. Look at this. How to steal a YouTube video. 11 like, this is sad to see, because talking about what you care about isn't the meta. And this is a great SunnyV2 title, guys. Why Pinley's channel is dying. And then it'll show this video and how he can get way more money from an 11-minute video that he just talks about some negative stuff, as opposed to making what he wants to make.
The watch time, the click-through rate, the views, the money that the video made, that's kind of what you're left with for a while. The video did fine. It actually got a...
If a video gets less views, it gets devalued in the eyes of everyone, including yourself, if you aren't great at disconnecting the results from the actual content, mentally at least. Or alternatively, its value will go up to you in your mind if the numbers are really good.
A lot less views than
not necessarily, of course,
a drama-related video that I...
That's literally what I... Oh my god, pre-watched
recorded and edited in a day. It had me thinking, is all this like...
Okay. Can I talk about this real quick? Let's do this. All right, guys. These two videos, they both got 2 point something K views. They took me a week to make each. Exactly a week. I edited really hard, but just for a week. This one took me 4 months to make. This one took me around 2. This is... Guess which ones I like more? Certainly these. These videos are great to have. I love that they exist. These, I think they're nice videos, and I like that I made them, and I still would rewatch them to this day. But they are... It is what it is. YouTube doesn't reward effort. YouTube rewards correctness and doing shit the way that brings you money.
Creative bullshit really worth it? And I think that's something that a lot of creators think about at some point. I'm sure that...
And sometimes you have to take an L and do both. Go a little creative, go a little less creative.
Jake Tran thought about before he made that sort of transition in his channel. Why should I be busting my ass working for hours on end and make a lot less money than what I can potentially make? As much as I don't like the way that SunnyV2 talks about stuff.
See, well, the thing about being able to make videos like that is, I think, is great when super creative, great videos exist out there. But it's the financial stability aspect that makes them difficult to exist. Because as a YouTuber, that is your job. If a video takes a month to make, a month of pure work, you know what that means? You're not working on anything else for a month. So if the video doesn't pay off a month's worth of effort, then that is like some amount of money that you would have made otherwise. So YouTube straight up as a platform discourages creativity. Not directly, not directly, and sometimes the most creative stuff gets the most amount of views, but it is not deterministic in that way. It is not better video equals more numbers, or better video in your opinion or personally. It is better it is algorithmically better video equals better numbers, and whether that video in itself is to you better or not is completely irrelevant.
There is something relatable to that. Something in that voice exists in my head as well.
Yes, of course.
This idea of, you know, what's stopping me? The whole thing got me thinking that maybe it's time for me to
Maybe this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, am I right?
sell out a little bit.
Thanks for watching, man. Thanks for making this video. Holy shit, that was a banger. I am glad if you liked it. Actually, awesome video. Absolutely great. I love this shit. We're gonna subscribe, obviously, because I hope to see more bangers like this in the future. Okay, guys, here's what I have to say. Let's do the YouTube thing, okay? So you open up the description. First link is his video. Go watch it if you haven't seen his video already, and you've only watched my reaction to it, but you kind of don't want to just go rewatch it. Just mute it. Watch it silently. Like, watch it on mute. You know, right click here and click mute side. It will still give them the full retention rate and the full view, and also maybe leave a comment so that we don't. You know, I don't want my video reacting to it to hurt a potential view. Because say the video is gonna get recommended to you, and instead mine got recommended, and so you ended up watching mine instead of his. That means my channel had a negative impact. So let's do the nice thing. Let's do the courtesy thing and just do what we're supposed to. And the second link is my main channel. I just showed it off. Maybe give it a watch if you care. All right, self-blog's done. Go do the YouTube thing for me as well. Come on, we love that shit. Come on, help me out. Although I don't know if it helps, because some videos with more likes and more YouTube stuff done to it actually get less views than others. So I feel like it's all completely random and determined straight up just by raw stats. But who cares, you know? You never know. All right, let me do an amazing outro now, because my outros are great. Bye. Bye.